Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another National Anthem reaction video. So here is sort of the news about what I wanted to say, because there are some things I have to slightly update you guys about what exactly I'm up to, and sort of just what about why I'm tackling God Defend New Zealand for the second time. And there are quite a few reasons for this. The first is the fact that somebody tipped me on my original video for God Defend New Zealand, and they told me that there's apparently a much longer video out there and that it would be worth checking this out again. I also have heard that some people have said that they had no idea what to even comprehend the version I did, which I didn't really think there was necessarily anything too wrong with it personally, but if there was apparently a much longer version or a better version of God Defend New Zealand, then I was planning on, because here's the really curious thing. I had it in mind anyway to completely redo all of my National Anthem videos, but put them on one of my secondary channels, Raging Reality International. So because I think like some of the videos that I did previously, I could have done with a lot of improvement. But here's the thing. That's what I've said for a little bit of a while now, that there's actually some great benefits to actually being quite ignorant of the world. And that is, you can get to know more, you can become smarter. And, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be smarter. And to start with, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick refresher on New Zealand as a nation. First of all, it's a southwestern twin island nation of the southeastern Pacific. It's roughly, I think it's like about 100 or so miles off the east coast of Australia. Most, again, comprised of 2 main islands and at least 700 smaller islands that inhabit it. Its capital city is Auckland, New Zealand. Well, Auckland in New Zealand, redundant and all that. And among many other things, it's been the prime location for the shooting of Power Rangers for 20 years, since 2003, and it's also where a large chunk of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbits trilogy of films were placed. So New Zealand actually has quite a very strong reputation for filming locations, for its exquisite mountain ranges, its beautiful coastlines, and having a population of roughly 5.5 million people, which is roughly about on par with, let's say, the Republic of Ireland for population. And it's one of those places I've heard nothing but glamorous and fantastic things about. So since I'm probably going to be doing this video again anyway for Raging Reality International, it's still worth noting, ladies and gentlemen, is that among many places or many other countries in not just again, in Asia and Europe and South America, there's also plenty of places in the oceanic continent as well, which will include other things like Samoa, the Philippines, Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, Australia, the Fiji Islands, the Solomon Islands. Exactly. There is so much of the world to explore, and we're going to be doing it almost one whole nation at a time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on to what we came for. And also, as well as that, its flag has what it's referred to as the Southern Cross, mostly likely because it's on the Southern Hemisphere, which I do quite like the idea behind that. I really do. And now out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time once again to please rise for the National Anthem of New Zealand. And here we go. Cindy Rourke and wild stock footage.
seas. Give us plenty, give us peace. God, defend our free land from dishonor and from shame. God, our country's spotless name. Crown her with immortal fame. God, defend New Zealand. May our mountains ever be freedom's ramparts on the sea. Make us faithful unto thee. God, defend our free land. Guide her in the nation's land, preaching love and truth to man, working out thy glorious plan. God, defend New Zealand.
I would certainly say from this point of view, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's not exactly without reasons to suggest otherwise, because, well, you just needed to look at the place. It was mile after mile of, like I said, mountain ranges that literally had been plucked straight from Yellowstone, coastlines that looked as if they'd had not been trampled for thousands of years, agricultural sites and large cities that looked as though they had just arisen out of the dirt. And yes, first of all, I will say is that actually their capital city is Wellington and not Auckland. I don't really know where. I know people get confused, and somehow I managed to get mixed up in that myself. And among other things as well, the first part was actually sung in Maori, which is I know that Maori is sort of like a small indigenous people that live in New Zealand. I'm not entirely sure if it's specifically in the northern island, or if it's very specific sections of New Zealand where the Maori live, or if it's even on maybe on one of the neighboring islands, if that makes sense. And also, I would be remiss if we didn't end this video by also exclaiming the fact that, isn't it that New Zealand are currently the rugby world champions of the world, and curiously enough, called the All Blacks. So I decided I would inadvertently go and do likewise. Just think, guys, if you turned out the lights right now, you wouldn't be able to find me. And, well, I can honestly see why they wanted me to do like a longer video, because you could hear almost in every decibel that Cindy Walker was singing is that there was a genuine almost love and praise for such a beautiful nation. And certainly it does look, from an outsider, like a very beautiful country. And considering its size, it probably wouldn't even be out of the question to see almost the majority of New Zealand in almost one day. But I imagine there's probably just as much to see. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully, when I come to do this video for the third time, there will be even more to discuss, and probably even more people to like. It would be kind of fun almost to do like videos to converse with fellow Kiwis as well, just to sort of like get their angle on things and just sort of see what like life is really like. And maybe I'll even have interviews with members of the Maori tribe. That might be pretty good. So with all that being said and done, I mean, it certainly went better than the last time I tried to talk about, let's say, North Sentinel Island. So yeah, don't do that. and I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Good day to you, and bye-bye for now.